sad that Honest Ed's is closing because it's such a big Toronto landmark and tourists come and it's such a huge spot of Toronto that people like to visit.
I've only been to Honest Ed's once, and it was very recently, but my experience there was awesome. Everything was so cheap. And I bought my father-in-law a cologne kit for $10.
Honest Ed's. I don't really like that store. No. I honestly don't care that they'll be closing down. Not really.
I feel bad that Honest Ed is honestly closing before, because they used to give like free turkeys and all that stuff, and before, you know, they used to sell like stuff really cheap too and everybody could afford it, and now that they're closing, and it's pretty bad, you know. I used to go there a lot.
I got my mom a lunchbox for $5.
It has been a big part of my life because during my childhood, like my parents would always go there just because there's like so many great deals, and they love that place. And Honest Ed's has been a giant cultural icon for Toronto, and it is a shame that this year that it's closing down, because for me that's the place I would go to find obscure movies there, because I'm a movie collector. But I won't be able to do that, like just finding like all these random things that Honest Ed's always sells, and like things that, you know, people need.
And I bought some Christmas bags for $5.
It's a landmark here in Toronto, and one of my favorite things to do growing up was to walk down the Annex, and you could always find where you were by the Honest Ed lights, because they'd always be shining brightly, and it's a very large building. It took up most of the block, so I'm gonna be sad to see it. I'm gonna be sad when it goes, simply because it's held a lot of childhood memories for me, and one of them being I went with my cousin for the first time into Honest Ed's, not just around it but actually into it, and I got lost in the store, and I remember one time that I couldn't find her, and so I started screaming in the middle of the store. I'm like, "Kara, I'm by the giant Jesus!" just in the corner. So I've had good memories of that store, and I'll be sad to see it go.
And I bought some wrapping paper for $5.